What's going on, shareholders and viewers? Welcome back to the channel, and in today's video, guys, I'm going to be going over why cold calling will effectively destroy your business. Let's dive into the video. I was actually in the process of making another video. I'm doing a comparison video between the Sony a7 IV, the Canon M50, and the iPhone in real estate photography. But as I've been making this video, which is taking some time because I'm going to multiple listings, I've seen this question pop up a lot, which is, does cold calling help my business? And I've seen a lot of other channels say that it does. And I'm here to go against the mold here and go against the grain and tell you that cold calling is one of the worst things that you can do when you start your business. Now, I just want to tell you this as well, because not only do I have my own business, so I have that perspective, but I also was a realtor before I started doing this. So I've seen both sides of how cold calling really negatively impacts your business and the image of your company. When I was doing real estate, the first year I was doing a pretty good amount of real estate, I was getting constantly called by mostly insurance companies, but by other photographers. Before I was one, I was getting called by other ancillary services that want to work with you, and you just get so annoyed with the amount of calls and texts that you get that you start to create this filter, and if it's not somebody that's looking to buy the home, you just immediately shut it down and keep moving forward. Realtors that have been in the game for 5, 10, 15, 20 plus years, they do not want to get called anymore about people that want to work with them. They simply ask other people who they're using, and they use those same people. Again, I really wanted to make this video because if you're watching this video, you're either A, struggling to get clients, or B, cold calling is really ineffective and you're really excited and passionate about your business, and it only takes for multiple people to not answer the phone, or when they do answer the phone, you get halfway through the sentence and they hang up, and it really kills your morale and motivation to keep going. Now, obviously, I don't want you to quit, and if cold calling isn't effective, the alternative that I found that was really helpful for me in my business is going into the brokerages and actually meeting the realtor. Now, I know that's easier said than done, just walking into a brokerage, because you're gonna be asked questions that you don't always know the answers to, especially when you first start. But that's the best thing about it. It's better to get questions that you don't know the answer so you can write it down, make sure that you answer it when you go to the next brokerage, instead of getting constantly hung up on or not even having anybody answer the phone. You're never gonna learn that way, but you will learn if people are asking you questions and you're engaging with them. Now, I'm gonna go over an industry secret with you in this business, and that real estate photography is more of a trust business than anything else. Realtors have to be able to trust you with all the way to being able to give you a lockbox code. Some are owner-occupied homes that aren't even there, and trust you to going into those listings. They're not gonna trust somebody that they just met on the phone, talked to for a little over a minute, and say, yeah, I believe that he can go into the home, he's not gonna steal anything, I believe his business is real, and I'm gonna hire him for the job. That almost never happens, and it definitely didn't happen for me when I started my business. Real estate is all about trust, and there's 3 things that I'm gonna go over in another video, but really briefly, the 3 things to help grow and scale your business in this industry is your marketing and sales pitch brings them in the door, your quality in your product is what keeps them happy, and it is the relationship that is super important to prevent them from leaving. I have realtors that I have the best relationships with actually tell me when other companies approach them and offer them all these free services and all these other things to go work with them, but they're proud to say no because they work with me and I work with them. As a result of that, I do my best to get them in as quick as possible. We do our best to build each other's businesses because realtors are their own small business and they need people that they can trust, and likewise, it's the same way with us. We need realtors that we can trust as well. There was a realtor that I just started working with that was actually the opposite of the spectrum. They were referred to me. I did 2 or 3 listings for them, and then somebody else came along and offered them 2 free shoots, and they did the 2 free shoots with the other photographer, and I didn't say anything about it. I just let it go. But they ended up calling me for the 3rd shoot and saying, hey, we liked your photography a little bit more, so we're gonna come work with you. Now, of course, you can look at that as a positive and say that they actually came back to me, which is great, but if I had a better relationship with that realtor, if I had really maybe tried to kind of grow that relationship more, then there's a chance they wouldn't have even said yes to the other 2 listings. Even though I didn't lose money, I definitely didn't make any money, and I didn't help build a relationship with my new client. And you're gonna see that time and time again. When you don't have those relationships with realtors, it's easier for them to leave. When they build relationships with you, it's so much harder for them to just say, I don't wanna use them anymore, even when you make a mistake. Especially when you start your business, you're gonna be learning as you go, and sometimes you're not always gonna make the right decisions. And realtors are gonna be more forgiving and understanding if they trust you and they know who you are. Personality and communication go so far in this business, and going into the brokerage is so much more effective than actually just calling them and hoping that they answer and they give you a shot. Now, if you need help with what to say, what to wear, what time to go, how to market, if you have any of those questions, please let me know in the comment section down below. If there's a reoccurring question, I will make a video on it so I can help you guys. I understand that you may be a good photographer, but you may be a terrible marketer. Just because you started your own business doesn't make you a marketing guru or a communications guru overnight. And if my experience can help you at all from what I've learned, I would love to bring that to you guys. So please let me know down in the comment section down below. Like I said, this business is all about recommendations. Realtors are gonna ask other realtors in the office, I saw it all the time, who do you use for inspections? Who do you use for photography? Who do you use for this and that? They always ask other realtors, specifically the ones that are the most successful in the office, because they want to replicate those results. So you're gonna ask other people who they use, not go to Google or social media. I would say roughly, even being in business now for a little over 2 years and it being my full-time job, I probably get 15% of my business from online, and about 85% of it is actually from realtors in the same office that I get recommended to. And again, I'm not saying that you can't cold call anybody. There are some circumstances even now where I cold call somebody, but it is very, very rare, and I don't like to do it unless I absolutely feel like I have to and there's no other way to reach this realtor. I'm sure somebody in the comment section below is gonna be like, I got 50 to 60 realtors by cold calling. That may work for you, but if you're watching this video, it probably hasn't, which is why you're here. And I just wanna give you the other side of the spectrum because again, I see people recommend cold calling all the time in these videos. I tried it when I started, it did not work. It doesn't work. It's really, really a terrible method and it kills your morale. So I don't wanna recommend that to you guys, and I wanna give you guys the other side of not only being able to see the perspective of somebody who's been doing this now for a little while, but also somebody who was a realtor and knows how annoying it is to constantly get calls. And you may be a great business and really offer a great product or service, but you might get lost in the thick of it based on all these other companies doing the same exact thing that you're doing. I know that was a lot to cover, so please, if you enjoyed this content, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. It's absolutely free. You become a shareholder when you do. That means you're gonna get voting power when we hit our first subscriber goal, and I'm really excited to introduce that concept to the channel. And if you have any questions, please let me know down in the comment section down below. I would love to answer those questions for you. And with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you shareholders in the next video.